Well, thank you, Tommy, and good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Fullerton. We are a loving spiritual community, empowering all to live healthy and successful lives through practicing the principles of science of mind. This is our opportunity that at home and here that we give a big thank you for all of the things and our gratitudes and things that we're grateful for. We are so grateful that we are able to come here today after celebrating America in a big way. I thought it was great. I didn't have to go anywhere. I just looked out my bedroom window and I saw the rebels in California. I loved it. Although I live at a hillside, so that made me a little nervous, but took a long walk with a best friend last night at midnight in the nice, beautiful, warm weather. So thank you, Tomoko. Thank you, Sally, for calling us during the week. Thank you, the two of you, for showing up here every week. It's wonderful. Michael and Tommy, today we get to listen to your beautiful tunes. Reverend Carol Bliss, thank you. You always uplift us and bring us the message we need to hear. So it's nice to have you. And I think that if I've forgotten everyone, the volunteers, we miss you and we can't wait to reconvene together. And with this and a grateful heart and so much more, I simply let it be. And so it is.
I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. When this old world starts to push and shove me, I need to be still and let God love me.
Thank you, Michael. Again, I've gone back to my favorite book, Courage, Conviction, and Consciousness by New Thought Women. So I decided, I went through the book last night, that I would just go to July 4th. And I know this is a month about soaring, but this is about freedom of Christ. All of us, and I am free with the freedom of Christ. Through Christ within me and within you, we are free from bondage to any person. We are free from any situation that seems difficult, unhappy, or unsurmountable. I and we are free from any condition that has been called incurable or pronounced too correct. We and I am free from the me and I, you. We are free from the mirages of lack and failure. No matter how tightly human bonds and human beliefs have held me and you, we are no longer a prisoner. Let's declare in faith that we are free with the freedom of Christ. Again, we are free with the freedom of Christ. We are unfettered. We are unbound. We are uplifted and we are blessed. We are free with the freedom of Christ. We never run from a situation. We never run from responsibility or struggle to escape appearances, for our release is certain. The movement we turn in consciousness to the remembrance of truth that we are beloved children of our loving Father or Mother. Right where we are now, our freedom exists. Right where we stand now, God stands with us. Right here and right now, we are indwelling Christ, because Christ is the victor and the overcomer. Let's take that into prayer. Our Father, our Mother, our Spirit, and our presence, You are perfection itself. In essence, you have created us perfect, and we are grateful. Understanding this truth about ourselves, our lives unfold perfectly in divine order. Through and by your grace, our experiences on earth reflect the pattern of life you have ordained for us in the realm of perfection here in heaven, and we are happy. We realize that we are receiving all the good to which our mind and heart are open and receptive to this. Consciously, let us expand our capacity to receive, see our abundance of substance flow through our lives. Therefore, let us manifest good health. Let's manifest wealth, and especially harmony in our lives. We thank you, O Father, O Mother, for the vibrations of love sent through us to bless our world. When we release this love, we too are blessed by love. In all things we give as we receive, freely and bountifully. We thank you that we are protected from the negative forces by your powerful rays of life at all times. So all glory and praise is to you, O wonderful, loving Father, Mother God. This is where we simply let it be. And so it is. Amen.
Slow down, slow down. Be still, my child. Be still and wait on the Spirit of the Lord. Slow down and hear its voice, and know that He is God.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Tommy. What a joy it is to be here with you, and what a joy it is to have a real live audience, dressed in red, white, and blue. I am not through celebrating the 4th of July yet. So, can you believe all of the changes that we have been through? Oh my God. Who would have ever suspected? Possibly God. Because this is a 4th of July unlike any I have ever had before. You know, I went to bed last night, and before I went to bed, I listened to all the boom, 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 booms, and I saw all the fireworks going off in the sky. And I climbed up to my roof, and I met with my pandemic neighbors, and I was so grateful for them. A little girl and her mother and a woman with a dog, and we watched from the rooftops all of the celebrations, and it was so beautiful. And right before that, I watched on PBS this breast cancer survivor singing "God Bless America." It was so beautiful. And before that, I did a broadcast on Friday night where I played the Agape Choir at the John Anson Ford Theater, backed by Carl Anderson singing the Star-Spangled Banner. And the more I get older, I feel more patriotic in my heart. I love those old rituals. I love what we do on the 4th of July. So yesterday, I went to Joe Jost in Long Beach, and I had myself a hot dog celebrating the 4th of July. And Joe Jost has been in business since 1928, serving the same old hot dogs and serving them with hot peppers and pretzels. So, July is supposed to be a month, the beginning of official summer, about road trips and cornfields and fireflies and thumping watermelons. And I envision that in my mind because the thought of it made me so happy. And we are free to envision anything in our minds, anything at all that brings us happiness. So today, I am speaking on soaring like an eagle on invisible currents. And I know that the invisible holds love, and it holds God, and it holds God's energy. God's energy is all around us, pouring through us, never letting us down. We can soar on currents like an eagle. You know, I listened to a program on the Declaration of Independence, and we the people is getting bigger and bigger all the time. It is tying in with the science of mind vision for the future, because it includes everyone now. This we the people is getting bigger by the day, and I know that you can feel it, and I can feel it too. But I did not know until 3 days ago that the Declaration of Independence was based upon the Iroquois Declaration of Independence, the collective vision of independence that was standing from 1490. The 5 tribes, they declared that they would live together, and they would vote together, and they would be peaceful together. And Benjamin Franklin invited one of the Iroquois leaders to Philadelphia to be part of the pre-signing of the Declaration of Independence. So we owe our lives to the Iroquois, to the Oneida, to all the people who came before us, because we are not standing alone. We stand on the back of ancestors who are now in heaven and guiding us, nudging us towards a brighter future. So, freedom means knowing who you are and whose you are. We are God's own people, and God's own people are free to love, free to give, and free to vision anything that we want to co-create. Now this whole world is co-creating a new future. And I am so pleased to be living at this time in history, because we are massively co-creating a new world. And it's like a Viewmaster. Do you remember those Viewmasters from days gone by? And you could put in a picture of the Grand Canyon and take it out and put in a picture of California from sea to shining sea, and you could look at that and wonder. But now we are living like a Viewmaster, because we can put anything in the viewfinder that we want to envision. So, what do you want to envision as the highest form of new life? We all want equality. We all want to include people that we never included before. People that have been forgotten about. All of these people, we want to say, come to the table, come. We are celebrating your freedom. We are so sorry we never knew how much it hurt before. All of those people who have been left out. Please come and tell us your stories, because we need the stories of the forgotten people. You know how amazed I was to know that the Declaration of Independence was not written just by Ben Franklin? It was back in history, written by the Iroquois people. And we the people, we are getting so much bigger. We are now women. We are now gay people. We are now African Americans. We are now Asian Americans. All over the world, we can connect with other people like that. And we can collectively envision a new world, just like the Viewmaster in days of old. Eagles can see both the past and the present because they are on top of mountains. They can turn their head and see the past. They can see the future. And they fly at 100 miles an hour. And they don't have to use their own power. They catch invisible currents, just like we can. Invisible currents of God gives us power, just like an eagle. And the eagle is the symbol on top of the flag, because our forefathers knew that an eagle was majestic, and so shall we be. So, eagles are fierce and strong. The Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. I, for one, am growing bored of living alone and not going to museums and not hearing concerts and not seeing my friends except at a distance. And I know that this is part of the struggle. We are fighting an invisible war. We are fighting it with peace. We are fighting it with love. And we need to think of ourselves in a new way. My brother, honorary, Greg, he put an emoji drawing a halo on his head. And I thought, hey, I want to paint a self-portrait with a halo on my head. I can be an angel. I can be an angel right here on earth. So I got out a wood block, and I got out my acrylic paints, and I got out a golden halo. And I painted that right over my head because I wanted to see and know that I am standing for hope and inspiration everywhere I go, even on Facebook. And I know that not everybody on Facebook feels like an angel. So we need to spread our good will. We need to spread the teachings that we have been given. We need to stand for truth and love and angelic thought because we are powered by God. We are sailing on invisible currents just like an eagle whose wings are spread so high, and whatever we envision, we can co-create. I have a quote that I love from Ernest Holmes. He says, "We have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer, a power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace, healed and prosperous in a new light and in a new life." I just love that quote. And it reminds me, because I grew up a long time ago when the Bible was still popular, of David and Goliath. David was a shepherd boy, and his name means beloved. And Goliath was a big, angry force, just like monsters under the bed. And we have to shine the light on monsters under the bed. So I just love this story of David and Goliath. This small, beloved boy, he took 5 small stones out of the creek, and he had a slingshot, and he was not afraid of what menaced the whole outer world. And he took those 5 small stones of truth, and he picked up the slingshot and shot Goliath. And Goliath fell down, powerless. And when we take up the 5 small stones of truth, knowing whose we are, trusting in God, and knowing that we are God beloved, we can slay whatever giant may come along. So I know that through our goodness will prevail. Goodness always prevails. And we know that we are made of pure love. And love always wins. There is nothing else besides love. We will come together once again in love. We know it, we see it, we feel it, because this is not the end of the story. We are going to be triumphant. We are going to soar like an eagle. And I would like to say, oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. And I would like to close with a reading from Mary Ann Williamson, and after that I might do a prayer. This is from the book that was given to me in ministerial school by my friend Barbara White. Prayer for America. Dear God, we join in prayer to celebrate this nation and surrender its destiny to you. We give thanks in our hearts for the founding of this country. We give thanks for and bless the souls of those who came before us to found this nation, to nurture it and save it. We ask that God's Spirit now fill our hearts with righteousness. May we play our parts in the healing and the furtherance of our country. May we be clean of all destructive thoughts. May judgment of others, bigotry, racism, and intolerance be washed clean from our hearts. May our minds be filled with the thoughts of God, his unconditional love, and his acceptance of all people. May this nation be forgiven its transgressions against the African Americans, Native Americans, and any and all others. May the beauty and the greatness of this land burst forth once more in the hearts of its people. And now, I am going to do this prayer for all of us and for America and for the whole world. This prayer, it's not something that does nothing. This prayer that I'm speaking is blessed by God. This prayer that I'm speaking is blessed by all the power of God. This prayer that I am loving, I am really loving unconditionally, as if I am an angel, as if I have a halo over my head. And I know this for all of you, for the whole congregation. You too have an angel, a halo right over your head. You too are blessed with all the power of God. You too can sail on invisible currents just like an eagle, just like an eagle. We don't have to use anything but our eyes and see the future. And the future is bright. The future is so bright with love and with holiness, and all we have to do is just use these teachings and the invisible power of love. And so it is, and so let it be. Amen.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God.
So, Tomoko and the Board of Trustees and Tommy and everyone here has done a wonderful, wonderful job of keeping this center together. Because without this center, what would you listen to on Sunday morning? And without these teachings, where would you be? So I urge you to just keep on sharing from your abundance, just as if your lives depended on it, because it really does. This center is everything. This love is everything. So I am going to say, as we share from our abundance, all blessings come from the heart, and all blessings are yours today. And so it is. Amen.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, Michael. You know, that was so poignant. I thought it was the most poignant song that I have ever heard. I mean, this heart through your singing. It was so beautiful. So, practitioners are available to take your calls. If you need help, please call, because we would love to have you call us. Requests can be submitted through our website or through email. Email updates go out every Wednesday. If you're not receiving it, please let us know. www.cslfullerton.org. So now it's time for the closing affirmation. So would you all like to stand with me? Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is happening in my mind.
It is happening in my mind.
It is happening in all my affairs.
It is happening in all my affairs.
It is happening all throughout me right now.
It is happening all throughout me right now.
Oh, can you feel it?
Can you feel it?
Woo! Thank you, God. Thank you, life.
Thank you, God. Thank you, life.